If I had to go off the top right now and say the 3 keys to my success, I mean, there's so many variables that have to do with people's success, like timing, place, right time, right people, and so much luck. But I would say the things that immediately pop up into mind are one would be finding your audience. You know what I mean? Finding a space where your music can connect with people. And I think that's what we've done really well is we just use the internet, put our music out into the world, and the world responded by saying, we want this. You know what I mean? We found an audience. We found an audience through being exactly who we are. Not trying to be anybody else. What can happen is you can look at a lot of other artists and see what's working and say, I need to adopt those things because that's working for them. And you start to lose some of your own sauce in the midst of trying to do what works. And we never tried to do what works. We just tried to be exactly who we were and who we are. And people resonate with that. And, so if you want to do, like goth rap and paint your fingernails like that's who you really are, like do that because there's probably an audience for that. If you want to make fly rap, whatever, do that if that's who you are. So I'd say finding our audience by being authentically who we are. 2 would be work ethic. Like I genuinely wake up every day and treat my rap career like a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 9, whatever you want to call it. It's not a hobby anymore. You know what I mean? And I go to work every day to create and try to make the best art possible and work hard and rest really well. A lot of people say no days off or whatever, but as a Christian, for me, I actually want to honor what they call the Sabbath, which is like, take a day to rest and really mean it and see it as like a spiritual practice for me. So resting is actually a practice, but 1 day a week I try to really unplug and rejuvenate myself to have some self-care, some soul care go on. So work really hard, rest really well. And then the last piece to a key to success would be team. Man, you're only as good as your team. And that's what I've come to find out. Because as an artist, your one job is to create and do the thing that only you can do. Nobody can write my raps. Nobody can, deliver the way that I deliver. So I need to find as much time to do the thing that I'm uniquely gifted to do as possible and need to employ a team to do all the other stuff to let it run. Because at the end of the day, artists are businesses, right? Like it's like Andy Mineo LLC because there's so many branches to that wheel that keep it going. And you need other people to see the vision, catch the vision, understand it, and help the wheel turn in order for momentum to be gained and merchandise to be right and all the other streams of income that help you pay for your home so you can keep, creating art for a living. Team, work ethic, team, and a unique voice. I think those are probably the keys to my success. Being comfortable in your own skin is more natural for some people than others, and for some people it's a journey. What's strange to me is I feel like I've gotten less comfortable in my skin the older I've gotten, and usually it's backwards. And, stress and anxiety and those things can kick in, especially when you start feeling like what you do for a living that carries a lot of weight. Meaning, when I started out creating, there was no pressure because if nobody listened, nothing changed. But now, as a top 10 Billboard artist, if I drop the next record and no one listens, everything changes for me. So there's a lot riding on that. And so you can start to take less risks and become more careful in your creativity, which was never the thing that anyone liked about me from the beginning. The thing that people liked about me from the beginning was me being exactly who I was, taking risks, saying exactly what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. Being comfortable in your own skin comes from that sense of security. Because the reason why people aren't comfortable in their skin is because they feel like if someone finds out who I really am, then I'll be rejected for it. Therefore, I need to hide who I really am. And when you get to a place where you aren't living for the approval of people, then you can be comfortable in your skin. You know what I mean? Because my man Lecrae says it a lot, but if you live for people's approval, you'll die by their rejection. You'll die from their rejection, which is so true. But when you know you don't need the approval of people, But like wherever your centering is, for me, it's my relationship with God. I know that that relationship is secure, regardless of who rejects me or says they like me or don't want to buy my record. My value isn't connected to what I do. My value is found in God. So that is what gives me a confidence to not take myself too seriously, to enjoy the ride, to not hold on to anything too tightly and know that like things come and go, man. Like one day this rap thing gonna be over, and I gotta answer to God for how I carried it. But being comfortable in that comes from that, man. I'm not gonna try to live for people's acceptance, because then once you get it, you got to keep it up. Based like whatever you did to get there, you got to keep it up. And so I'd rather just have people not mess with me from the rip by me being me, so that when the people who do mess with you come around, that they're really there for you.